Hello guys, good morning. In this class, related from class 10th mathematics chapter 13 statistics. In this class we will study what is what is the meaning of statistics? That study of data. Study of data. Now if this is a study of data, that means there are many data available here. We are considering mean of group data. So there are three methods: direct method, assumed mean method, step deviation method. But we should have understanding why we are emphasizing grouped data. That means there are two types of data. One is grouped, ungrouped. Second one is grouped. This is the ungrouped data, that means list of numbers. If you talk about ungrouped data, that means this is a list of numbers. And group, this is a class, divide in class. This is only list of numbers. So, ungrouped data, we have studied in class 9th about ungrouped data. Now, in this class 10th, we will study on that basis of grouped data, which we will divide in class interval. Clear? Now, there are three methods to find out the mean of the data, but both all are same, but we do not have what is the meaning assume, why we use step deviation, why we use direct method. Mean, what is the meaning of mean? Then sum of our data, sum of all data divide by numbers of data. Generally, we use this formula to find out the mean. This is the representation of the same things. Sum of all data upon numbers of data. Now, here, why we use F? F is denoted as frequency. That means sometimes we have a group such that 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, this type. That means here 2 is 4 times. So 4 is frequency. 3 is 2 times. So 2 is frequency. So if we make a table here, 2 4 times, so this is a data and this is a frequency. So 2 4 times, 3 2 times. If we want to calculate the value, then we need xi fi, because if we add 2 3, that means we will get 5 only, but it is not the correct data, because 2 is 4 times, but we write only 1 times here. So for total value this will be 8, for total value this will be 6. Otherwise, if you want to choose with ungrouped data, then we need here find out the sum of this data, 2 2 2 2 8, 8 and 6, 8, 6, 14. So then we can get 14 by here 4, here 2, 6, 6. 14 by 6. This is the mean. So in the same way, what we are calculating the value on the basis of normal procedure. But if we make us some differences, some clear understanding, then we need divide. We need to write this data into as a frequency. So we use frequency. Frequency is not typical to understand, because how many times you write the data, same numbers, that is frequency. Clear? Now look at this figure. What do you understand here? Given that percentage of female teachers and the position of female teachers at union territory, so number of states is given here. That means if the percentage of female teachers from 15 to 25, from 15 to 25, there are 6 states where female percentage is 15 to 25, and 11 states where percentage is 25 to 35 and 35 in the same way. These are the given data. Now these are the grouped data, because here we are using class interval 15 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, 45 to 55, 55 to 65, 65 to 75, 75 to 85. So if we want to find out the mean with the help of direct mean method, direct means we have studied in previous class, just multiply. But how can you multiply? Here it is a class interval, so we are not able to multiply directly, because this is class interval. So first we should find out the average value of this interval. So 15 plus 25 divided by 2, then we get 20. Other way to write the same things, the middle value of 15 to 25, there is 20. So here we put 20, then this will be 30. Here we put as a 30. The middle value of 25, 35, 30, 35, 45, that means 40, 45 to 55, that means 50, 55 to 65, that means 60, 65 to 75, that means 70, 75 to 85, that means 80. Now, if we multiply Fi, Xi, because that means 20 teachers, 20% of teachers available in 6 states, 30% of teachers, that means here because we are using as a mid value, that means mean value, average value, because we cannot find out that directly, because it is a grouped data. So we need mean value, we need average value of each interval. So if we multiply, because here 20 is the notation for percentage of female teachers, but 6 states like that. See, in 6, that means one state 20, there in the same way 6 states for 20, 11 states for each 30, for each 40. So sum of all, if we want to sum up all 6 states female teachers, then it will be 20 into 6. So here we write here Fi Xi. This is the direct mean method to find out the value. Now here we have calculated the, look at this. Here from the table, from this table we obtain sigma Fi. Sigma, that means summation. Summation Fi. Here Fi is we can find out if we add then sigma fi will be 35. Now if we are using direct method, that means fi xi here, fi xi, and if we sum, we can get 1390. If we divide by fi, this is a number of state, total number of state, that is 35. So 1390 by 35, we can get 39.71. Now if we are using assumed mean method to find out the same value, that means we are minimizing the calculation process, because here calculation is very lengthiest, because we directly multiply and we do not use some tricks to minimize this calculation, minimize this burden. So we need a assume mean method to minimize this burden. Suppose that here we have information about xi, fi. Now if we have information about xi and fi, we can say that we should divide, this is deviation. How much how can I find out the deviation? Now we have information about xi is given that. Now if we assume 50 as a 50 is a value, if we consider 50 as a value, mid value of given data xi, why we are, because we are minimizing. If we take mid value, then if we subtract and manage this type, suppose xi, if we take fi as a assume mean of the data, then 50 will subtract, and we, after finding the value of fi di, then we will, because we are directly writing 50, so if we, in mathematics, if we write any number by default, if we write any intentionally, then we will eliminate that number first. Otherwise we will calculate the wrong value, because if we are here, if we arranging this number as this type, so we should eliminate that number. So here we are using this formula. That means fi di is the sum of a product of according deviation. Here deviation existed, so if we calculate the value 360, then that means it is deviation. And if we want to calculate original value, then which type of deviation we are creating? 50. So we should add 50 first. If we add 50, then we will get the real answer. Now here when we use fi di, then we are minimizing the numbers burden. Here number calculate the 1390, which is big data, but here we minimize the data. So we this method is known as assumed mean method, because here we are assuming 50 as a mean. So because here we are using 50 as a mean to minimize the data, then after finding the value, we will add 50 here. Clear? So fi di sigma fi, here is it is the value of minus 360, and number of data, that is 35. So after simplifying this, we will get 39.71, which is the same value. Now what is the step deviation method? Minimize again, because here 10 is a product. So if we minimize, then we should divide. Here we are dividing, and then we are summarizing this, we are adding this data. Then that means if we are eliminating with the product of any, then we should divide it again, because here we are eliminate the data, we are minimizing the data. Then again we should, if we are minimizing, that means we will have to, in the answer we will have to write the minimizing data. How much times we are minimizing? 10 times. Here 180, and then we write 18 only, because 10 times we are minimizing. So in the answer, to find out the real exact answer, so if we calculate the value as a sum for this, then we should multiply with h. Suppose that here here if we add, and if we divide 10, we can get minus 36 as a data. Here minus 36. So to calculate the exact answer, we should multiply with h. H is 10 here only. So we got the value. Then because here we are eliminating the data, dividing, then to find out the real answer we should multiply. So here we are multiplying. Then because we are, this data is comes after assuming mean, so we are adding a as well. So after solving this, we will get the same answer. Now there are three methods, which is a, this is a best example to find out the mean value with the help of three methods: direct method, assumed mean method, step deviation methods. Clear? Now move on next part of the question to understand the same things. Now look at this question, first question of exercise 13.1. Now first question is, a survey was conducted by a group of students as a part of their environment awareness program, in which they collected the following data regarding the number of plants in 20 houses in a locality. Find the mean number of plants per house. Here given data. Number of plants from 0 to 2, there are only 1 houses. From 2 to 4 plants, there are 2 houses. That means if in 2 houses, that at least they have 3 in each. So there are 3 in each. Now 4 to 6, that means 5 plants in 1 house. 6 to 8 plants in 5 house. That means 7 plants each 5 houses. That means 1 7, second 7, third 7, fourth 7, fifth 7. So we can say there are 35 plants here. Here 8 to 10 plants in 6 houses. That means 9 plants in 1 houses. That means 54 plants in 6 houses total. And now 10 to 12, there are 10 to 2 plants, there are 2 houses. That means 1 house, each house has 11 plants. So total number of plants will be 22. Now here 12 to 14 plants, there are 3 houses which have 12 to 14 plants. That means each has 13 plants. So total there will be 39 plants. Now here we are finding the total value of each houses. Then this data is defined as a xi. Now here number of houses as a taken as a fi. Now number of plants as a class interval. This is a class interval. So first, if this is a fi and we want to find out the value of xi, so here we will calculate the value. Now here if xi will be mid value of 0 2, so this is 1. 2 to 4 plants, because if we are not fixed, suppose that here we are saying 2 to 4 plants, from 2 to 4 plants, that we have no correct information, so we should choose a mean value, average value. So average value 2 4 2, this average value will be the mid value of these numbers. So 2 to 4 we have 3 plants, that means in each plants, that means one, here 2 houses, that means in 2 houses we have 6 plants, but one house has 3 plants. So here one house has 5 plants, here one house has 7 plants, here one house have 9 plants, here 11 plants, here 13 plants. That is the, now what is the value of fi xi? Clear? So now calculate the value fi xi. Here fi xi is 1, 3 2 ja 6, then 5 1 ja 5, 7 5 ja 35, 9 6 ja 54, 11 2 ja 22, 13 3 ja 39. Then add it. Here sigma of fi xi will be, what will be, if we add 9 to 11, 11 to 11 4, 15 15 5, 20 25, 25 plus 6 31, 31 32. So here we put the value 2. Now 3 3 6 6 2 8 8 5 13 13 3 16 16. So here we will write 16 162. Now what is the value of sigma fi? Because we are using direct method, sigma fi what will be? 1 2 3 3 1 4 4 5 9 9 6 15 15 2 17 17 3 20. So this is 20. Now what is the value of mean of grouped data? Because we are, this data is a class wise, so mean, what mean will be, mean we are denoting mean as a x bar. Now x bar will be sum of this 162 by 20. So this term as a 2 2 8 ja 16 and 2 1 ja 2. So we can say this is 8.1. This is a 8.1. Now look at, this is second question of this exercise. Now consider the following distribution of daily wage of 50 workers of a factory. Daily wages in rupees, here from 500 to 520 there are 12 workers. So how many wages each get? It will be 510, because this is the mid, this will be mid value, because we are not confirming here, because we are using class interval. So from 500 to 520, that means we have no exact value. So we have, if we do not have exact value, then we need average value, mean value. So mid value will be average, 500 to 520 there will be 510. Now in the same manner 520 to 540, that will be 530 will be the mean value. Here in the same way 550, 500 570, 590. Now, number of worker in each section in class, there 12, 14, 8, 6 and 10. So we can say that this is the number of frequency here. This is the number of frequency f. Now, but we have no confirming value, so xi, this will be xi, but middle value here 510, here 530, 550, 570 and 590. This will be the value, and number is big because here multiple of 10, so we should use step deviation method, because here question said find the mean daily wages of the workers of the factory by using an appropriate method. So because number is big, so we should use step deviation method. Now first we should create a table for this. Now we have table. Look at this. Here daily wages we have written 500, 520, 526, 540, 546, 560, 562, 580, 582, 600. Number of worker in each section 12, 14, 8, 6, 10. Now xi will be the mid value of the class interval. Here ci as a class interval. So first we should write the average daily wage. So this will be 510. This will be, now this will be 530. So this will be 550. This will be 570 and this will be 590. 20 differences in each. Now then we assume this as a, assume a, consider as a here xi minus a. Here we are assuming this is a. Now to minimize the value, because all is very largest number, so we should minimize. So first we should use deviation. So this will be, if we a as a deviation, then this will be 550, here 510, so 40 is remaining. 510 minus 550, that will be minus 40. This will be minus 20 and this will be 0. So again we will write 20 and 40 here. Now because again this is the product of multiple of 10, so we should use step deviation method. Now it is the also multiple of 10 and 2, so we should use directly 20, because this is the even number and we can divide it by 2, so we should choose 10 as h. Now here this will be minus 2. If we divide, this will be minus 1 and this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2. Now find out the value of fi and ui. Here 12 minus 2, which will be minus 24, and this will be 14 into minus 1, that means minus 14. Now this will be 8 into 0, that means 0, and now this will be 6 and this will be 20. Add it. Here we should add. If we add, we will get sigma fi and ui will be, here this is 24 and here 20, so minus 4 will be here, minus 4 minus 4 18, minus 18 minus 18 plus 6, that means minus 12. Now total number of workers, that means sigma fi, this will be 12 and 8 20, 14 plus 6, 20, 20, 20, 40, 40, 10, 50. So this will be 50. Now, what is the formula of step deviation method? Here, if we are dividing, then we should multiply. If we are subtracting, we should add. Reverse process for everything, because here we are minimizing, but if we minimize, then answer will be less, so we should add. Here we are dividing, so to get correct answer we should multiply. Now the formula is x bar, that will be a, what we have minimized. Now then sigma fi ui upon sigma fi into h. Now here a is 550, a is 550 plus sigma fi ui is minus 12, so put here minus 12. Now sigma fi, this will be 50. Now h is 20, h is 20. Now again we will get the value 550 minus 0 cancel, minus 24 by 5. So this will be 550 minus 4.8. 5 to 10, 24 to 48, so 4.8. Now this will be 545.2. So this is the step deviation method, and we have got this value 545.2 as a mean average value. So this is the wages of worker, so this is the wages of worker, 545.2 rupees. Now move on next question. Now this is the third question. The following distribution shows the daily packet allowance of children of a locality. The mean packet allowance is rupees 18. Okay, find the missing frequency. Here this is the missing. Now here daily packet allowance in class interval, in rupees 11 to 13 there are 7 children, 13 to 15 there are 6 children, and 15 to 17 there are 9 children, 17 to 19 13 children, 19 to 21 there are F children, and 21 to 23 there are 5 children, and 20 to 25 there are 4 children. Now we should arrange this, because here class interval is given, so we should find out the mean value of these. Okay, so there are many methods, but which method will be appropriate we will use, because there are 3 methods to find out the mean. So first we should create the table for this. Now here we have created some numbers, some entries. Now we should put the value 11 to 13, then 13 to 15, 15 to 17, and 17 to 19, 19 to 21, and 21 to 23, but here number is, so first 11 to 13, 13 to 15, 15 to 17, and 17 to 19, Now here we will write 19 to 21 and 21 to 23 and 23 to 25. Now here number of children, we will write number of children. There is 7 6 according to table, 7 6 9 13, and now here we are missing, so F 5 and 4. Now number of here marks, that means class mark, mean 11 to 13 we can say this is 12, and 13 to 15 that means 14, 12 14, there are differences between 2 16, so 18. Now this will be 20. Now this will be 22 and this will be 24. Now we should choose 18 because given that 18. Now if I have no information about this, but we can assume this if we apply assume mean method. So di will be xi minus a. Here a is 18, so 12 minus 18, this will be minus 6, and this will be minus 4, this will be minus 2, and this will be 0. Again reversing this, 2 4 6. Then what is the value of fi di? Now what is the value of fi di? Here fi di will be, if we multiply 7 6 that means minus 42, and this will be minus 24, this will be minus 18, and this will be 0. So 2f, and this will be 20, and this will be 24. Here we will not increase because here number is already minimized, so we will not use step deviation method, but here we will use assume mean method to find out the value. Now find the sum of this and find the sum of this, divide this by this, so we can get the answer. Now here 18 is given, that not this 18, the mean packet allowance is given, that which is 18, but here it is same, so we cannot say this is 18 and given 18 is the same things. Clear? Now find the value of sigma fi di. Sigma fi di, this will be added. After adding we will get, here 2f is missing, so 2f, and after adding we will get minus 40. Clear? Here 24 and 20, this will be 44, and if we subtract 42, there will be minus 2, and here minus 2, which will be here anything is missing. So here 24 will cancel out here, this will be cancelled out, and now the 20 and minus 18, that will be 2, or here minus 42 and plus 2, that will be minus 40. So number of children here sigma fi will be, this will be, if we add, we will, here f is missing, so f first we should add f, then add it. After adding we will get 44. Clear? Now what is the value of what is the answer? That means what is the value of x bar? X bar will be, because here we are using which method? Assumed mean method. So first we should add it, because here we are subtracting, so we should add it. A plus, then here this will be sigma fi di by sigma fi. Now A is 18 and this is also 18 is given that in according to question. Now here sigma fi di, this is 2f minus 40 and this will be f plus 44. Now this will be 0, so 0 equal to 2f minus 40 upon f plus 44. Then this will be 2f minus 40 will be 0. So 2f will be 40. Now f will be 20. This will be f will be 20. That is the answer. Now look at this question. 30 women were examined in hospital by a doctor and the number of heartbeats per minute were recorded and summarized as follows. Find the mean heartbeats per minute for these women choosing a suitable method. So according to our convenience we will use, there are three methods, so one of them we will use. Number of heartbeats per minute is given that. Here is a class interval of number of heartbeats, but we are not confirming that exact what is the heartbeats. So we will choose mid value here. Mid value, that means it is a mean of each section, each class. Clear? So 67 will heartbeat will be for 2 women's. Now 68 to 71, so 69 will be heartbeats for 4 women's. So in the same way we are. Now find the mean heartbeats per minute for these women. So arrange, first we should arrange it. We should find out the mean of each section, then we will, if we multiply, if we want to find out the total value, because there are 2 women here, we are providing only one, so count the total value. So if we total value, then we will be able to find out the mean. So according to our awareness, we can say that we will use our appropriate method according to that data. Now we should arrange these data in next section. Look at here, we have arranging this data. Now here heartbeat, number of heartbeats in class interval, number of women of each section. Now this is xi is the mid value for this. Now here 65 to 66, 67, so there some number is missing because there are 2 numbers, so we should choose a mid value. Mid value for this will be 66.5 because 2 is. Now this is 69.5. Now here this will be 72.5. Here this will be 73.5, not 72, because here 75.5. Now here this will be, because 3 is difference, so we can write here 78.5. Now here 81.5. Now here 84.5. Now we should choose mid value. This is the mid. assume mean. We are assuming this is the mean to minimize the data. Now here xi minus a, that will be, if we subtract, we will get minus 9, and this will be minus 6, this will be minus 3, and this will be 0. Then reverse it, 3 6 9. Now here it is the multiple of 3, so we should divide it by 3. Now this will be 3 3 ja 9, so minus 3, and if we add this, this is 3 minus 3, here this will be minus 2, and this will be minus 1, this will be 0 1 2 3. So FIUI will be, after multiplication, here this is FI. Now FIUI will be 2 3 ja 6 minus 6, 4 2 ja 8 minus 8, 3 1 ja minus 3, and 0, then 7 1 ja 7, and 4 2 ja 8, 2 3 ja 6. So this is the, now find the total value of this data. Total value of this data, sigma Fi ui, this will be 6 6 cancel, here this cancel, 8 8 cancel, this is a 3 minus 3 7 7 minus 3, that means 4. So we got the value 4. Now what is the sigma Fi? Sigma Fi will be 2 2 4 4 4 8 8 4 12 12 8 20 20 and 10, that will be 30. So here the mean, that means x bar, what will be the x bar? X bar will be a plus, the a is given that is 75.5. I assumed this, so here we are subtracting, so we will add it. Now 4 upon 30, and h is given that, which is, because we are using step deviation method, so here we have divided, so we will multiply it, here we have subtracted, so we will have to add it. Now solve this problem, then we can find out the value. Here we can write 75.5, and here we can write 4 by 10, which is 0.4, so we can write 75.5 0.4, so this will be 75.9. This is the heartbeats. We can say that heartbeats per minute. Here look at this question. This is the fifth question of this exercise. In a retail market, fruit vendors were selling mangoes kept in packing boxes. These boxes contain varying number of mangoes. The following was the distribution of mangoes according to the number of boxes. Here number of mangoes 50 to 52, that is 15 in 15 boxes. Each box has 50 to 52, 50 to 52. Now 53 to 55, 110, 56 to 58, 135, 59 to 61, 115, 62, 64, 25. Now guys, here look at this number. Here number is not continuous. Number is not continuous. So before this, all question 1 to 4 all were in continuous order. So here this is not in continuous, so we should make continuous arrangement. And if you want to arrange the continuous arrangement, here look at this. If we back 53 to back, if we go back, then this will be 52.5, and if we forward, this will be 52.5. So we arrange dot 5 as well. Now here we can arrange the value in given data. Here we should write first here 52, this will be 49.5 to 52.5. Clear? Now then 52.5 to 55.5, then 55.5 to 58.5. Now 58.5 to 61.5. Now 61.5 to 64.5. This is the. Now we should write number of mangoes in each boxes. Here this is 15, this is 110, this is 135, this is 115, and now this is 25. So guys, this is the table. Now here find out the mid value first. This will be mid value will be 51. Mid value will be 51, and this will be 54. Here this will be 54, this will be 57. Now if we do not choose this again, because their number is like that conjugative numbers, so we can choose directly as a mid value, and answer will be the same, but I want to provide a new point here. So here we have written now 57, then 60, then 63. Di equal to xi minus a. Di equal to xi minus a. That means we are minimizing this. So we should choose which is a. Here we will choose 57 as a. Now 51 minus 57, that will be minus 6. So this will be minus 3, this will be 0. Again reverse it, 3 and 6. Now here it is the multiple of 3. So h is taken as 3. Now here we can write minus 2, 3 2 is 6, 3 1 is 3, 0, 3 1 is 3, 3 2 is 6. This is 0. Now fi ui, here fi is given that, so this will be minus 30, and this will be minus 110, and this will be 0, this will be 115, this will be 50, and this will be after this, if we adding, then we can get. Now we should choose different. Here sigma fi ui will be, add this. Here 50 minus 30, that means 20, and 115, that means 5, 5 and 20, that means 25. Now add this. This will be, if we add it, we can get sigma fi, that will be 15 and 25. This will be 25, 5, 30, 30, 40, 40 and 110, 150 and 150. Here 100, 100, 300, and if we add it, 35 and 40, and then 50. That means this is 400. Now, what is the answer for this? Now, x bar will be this, what we were assuming as a, this is a, here we are subtracting, so we should add it. Here first we should add 57, then plus this will be 35, here will be 400. Now here we were dividing h, so we should multiply with h. Now solve this. Here 57 plus this will be 25, 4 ja 100, 4 ja 16, so 3 by 16. Now because it is just 16, so we should write this number 3 by 16. If we, then it will come out as a decimal value, so 57.16, 1 ja 16, and here 30, and there 16, so after we can get 8. Now here 16, that means it is the pattern, like 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16, so 1875, that will be the exact value. Now this is the answer, that means this is the mean. Now we should move on next one. Here why were using this method, because question is asking for. Now we have already discussed about the in each section, in each question. Now here why we are using a here, assume, because this number is big, this big data, and we will mitigate this data that means we are reducing the burden of this number. Then again we got the multiple of 3, so we reducing the number, that means data is big, so we will get less reduced form of the number, and after multiplication, that means here we will multiply ultimate. If we multiply, then we will get a more big data, so we should rearrange according to the convenient, that will be the real scenario, and we will use this method, step deviation method, which provide the facility to assume this. Now this is the why. Now we should move on next question. Now look at this question, question number 6. Here the table below shows the daily expenditure on food of 25 households in a locality. So this is the collection of 25 households. Here this is 25 total. Now in each households, in the first section, first class, that means 4, there are 4 households which has 100 to 150 expenditure. From 100 to 50 to 200, there are 5 households. There are 12 households which is depend on 200 to 250. Now 250 to 300, that there are 2 households, and 300 to 350, there are 2 households. Now guys, if you here find the mean daily expenditure on food by a suitable method, here daily expenditure again, then by default we will find out the mean for daily expenditure if this is not given. Now here it given, find the daily expenditure mean with the help of suitable mean. But according to the question, when we were solving, then we would solving, then we will get the suitable method according the scenario. Now move on and create a table for this. Now this is 100, 150 we have written, 150 to 120, 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350. That is given that. Now here daily expenditure 100 to 150, 150 200, 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350. Number of households FI, that is given. Now here XI, DI, here we will find out. Now first, what is the XI? XI will be the mid value of it. That means 100 to 150, which will be mid 125. Now this will be 175 and this will be 225 and this will be 275 and this will be 325. Now this is a big data, so we should minimize according, we should choose. This is a mid value. Now 125 to 225, that will be minus 100 and this will be minus 50. Now this will be 0, again reverse it, 50 and 100. Now here, because this is a multiple of 10, so we should choose 10, and because it's also multiple of 5, so we should choose 50 as H. Here we will use 50. Then this will be minus 2 and this will be minus 1, this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2. Now what is the multiplication of FI UI? We should multiply 4 to the 8, so minus 8 will be, and minus 5 will be, then 0, then 2, then 4, 2 to the 4. So here we will add what is the value of sigma FI and UI. Here sigma FI UI will be 4 to 8, 8 it will be cancelled out, minus 5 plus 2, that will be minus 3, so minus 3 we have got. Now here there are 25, if we add, because 25 is given that. Now if we do not have information, 4 to 8, 12 and 8, 20, 20, that will be 12 plus 4, 12 plus 8, 20, 25. So here 25 is correct. So sigma Fi is 25. Now what is the mean of this, mean of expenditure? So X bar, here we were using step deviation method because number was very big, so we will have to use step deviation method for, to minimize the big number. Now here we were subtracting, so we should add it, then 225 plus sigma Fi UI is given that minus 3 and this will be 25, and we have divide this number by 50, so H will be 50, so here we will multiply it. Because whatever we do, if we add, then we, in mathematics we should subtract, if we divide we should multiply. So that is the way to, if we do anything in left hand side, then we should in left hand side we should use other way. Clear? This is the, now here we have for mistaken, now here it will be minus 7 because 4 to 6 and 6 minus 5, that will be 1, minus 8 plus 1, that will be minus 7. So here we have written this. Now 25 1 ja 20, 25 2 ja 7 2 ja 14, so 225 minus 14, that will be, if we subtract we can get 211. Now this is the mean of daily expenditure, so we can write in rupees as well. So this is the solution of this question. Now we should move on next question. Now this is the seventh question. To find out the concentration of SO2 in the air in parts per million ppm, the data was collected for 30 localities in certain city and is presented below. Find the mean concentration of SO2. Here concentration is given that, here frequency is given that, then find out the value of xi first, because this is a continuous class interval, so mid value will be that, so here it will be 0.02. Now this will be 0.06. now this will be 0.010. now this will be 0.10. now this will be 0.14, and this will be 0.18, and this will be 0.22. This is the xi. Now because this number is increasing, so we should minimize. If we choose this number as a mid value 0.14, so number for here di will be xi minus a. Here after subtracting we will get minus 0.12, and here minus 0.08, now here minus 0.04. here this will be 0, then reverse it. Here this will be 0.04, and this will be 0.08 here. Clear? Now we should separate according to the table. Here this will be, now here. Now what is the value of here ui? That means di by h. And what is the di? What we can there anything which is multiple of 4, so we can choose h 0.04. now this will be after dividing the number, we can get minus 3, then we can get minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. Now what is the multiplication of this given data? Now here we will get multiplication of the given data, that means fi and ui. After multiplication we can get 4 3 is 12, so minus 12, and this will be minus 18, this will be 0, no, this will be minus 9, and here it will be 0, here it will be 4, it will be 4. Then add it, sigma fi ui. What we will get? We will get after adding here 448 minus 8 minus 10 and 12 minus 21, and here 10, that will be 31, so minus 31. Now here frequency, sum of this sigma fi and fi. Sigma fi is what will be here 4 to 6 6 4 10 10 to 12 12 and 18, 12 and 18 will be 30, so this will be 30. Now here what will be the value of x bar? X bar, what we have add? We have add a, which is 0.14, so 0.14, 0.14. First we should write, then we should write sigma fi upon ui, that is minus 31 by 30, and what we have multiplied, we should have multiplied by 0.04 and solve this. If we solve this, we will get 0.14 here minus 0.04 and 33, 0.04133. Now solving this 0.09867, that is the mean value of the given question. So this is the mean concentration of SO2. This is the concentration of SO2. Now we should move on next question. Now look at this question here. Eighth question: a class teacher has the following absentee record of 40 students of a class for the whole term. Find the mean number of days a student was absent. Now here number of days is given, that 0 to 6, 6 to 10, 10 to 14, 14 to 20, 20 to 28, 28 to 38, 38 to 40. Now here number of student is given, that means 0 to 6 there are 11 students and 10 students for 6 to 10. Now here this is a class interval which is continuous, so we should choose mid value. Here this will be mid value for this, that means we are finding out the value of xi. So here we will write xi, and for this xi will be, here first value of xi will be 3, because this is the mid value. 6 to 10, this will be, what will be the value of, here this will be 8. So 5 is here. Now this will be 10 to 14, that will be 12. Now this will be 14 to 20, that will be 17. And for this bill, if we add and divide by 2, we can divide by 2, 20, 10, and here 28, 14. So 14, 20 and 28. Here we will get 24. Now here we will get 33. Here we will get 39. That is the this is xi. Now here this number is a big, so we should choose assuming mean. Here 17 is assuming. Now this is the value of a, this is the value of a, so di will be xi minus a, xi minus a. Now here 17, 17 minus 3, that 3 minus 17, that will be 14, minus 14, here minus 9, here minus 5, here 0, here 7, here 16, here 22. Now we have the value, and these are the different, because if this will be reversing order, so we should directly choose step deviation method, but it is not repeating the term as a negative or positive sign, so we should choose assume mean method. Now find out the value of fi and di. First here fi is 11 and minus 14. That will be, if we multiply, we can get 154 minus 154. 10 9 are 90, here minus 90. Now here 5 7 are 35, so minus 35, that will be 0. And here 7 4 are 28, and here 16 3 are 48. Now this will be 22. We have the value. Now what is the value of sigma I fi and di? This will be, if we add, we can get, first we should add it, we should solve. If we, then we can get 181. Now here number of student is given, that means sigma fi is given, that which is 40. After solving this, what is the value of mean? So mean will be, if we choose different, here xi, here what we have subtracting to reduce the big number, that is 17. So here put 17 to add it. Now plus sigma FIDI, which is minus 181. Now student is given that 40. Now we should solve first. This is 17 minus, then we can get, after dividing it, we can get 4.525. Now if we subtract it, we can get 12.475. and now this will be, if we significant digit, then this will be 48. Now this is the mean of the days. Now we have solved this question. Now we should move on next question. Now look at this question. Question number 9. The following table gives the literacy rate in percentage of 35 cities. Find the mean of literacy rate. Total cities is given that 35. If we count number of cities, then we will get 35. Now literacy rate is given in percentage, 45 to 55. There are 3 cities available, and for 10 cities, that is the percentage is 55 to 65. Now first, in the same manner, we should find out the xi, because this is the continuous distribution of data. Now so xi will be here xi will be the mid value for this. So 45 to 55 mid value will be 50. Now 55 to 65 mid value will be 60. Now 65 to 75 mid value will be 70. Now 75 to 85 mid value will be 80, and in the same way this mid value will be 90. Now first we should separate it. Here we have separated. Now to minimize the number, this number is big and it is also multiple of 10, and we can minimize with the help of, if we choose any number. So here we will choose 70 as a mid value, average, assume mean. So now here, then di equal to xi minus a. Here if we subtract, we can get minus 20. This will be minus 10. This will be 0. This will be 10. This will be 20. Now here, because this is the multiple of 10, so we should use step deviation method. Now here we can use ui as a di by h. Here h is taken as 10. Now here we will get this value. After solving this, we can get minus 2, here minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So this will be 0. Now because here find out the value of fi ui. Here fi and ui. If we multiply 3 to the 6, this will be minus 6, and 10 minus 10, and this will be 0, and this will be 8, this will be 3 to the 6. This, so sigma fi and ui will be 6, you cancel out. Now minus 10 plus 8, it will be minus 2. Now we have information, and now sigma fi and sigma fi will be, it is given that is 35. Now what is the value of mean? That is, here we can write x bar, which will be what we have subtracted. We have subtracted 17, so 70, so we should add first. Then what we have divided 10, so we should multiply. Then here mean of deviation, that is fi ui, sigma fi ui, that is minus 2, and here it is given that 35. Now we should multiply because we have divided by 10, so we should multiply with 10. Now solve this 70 here. After solving, we can get minus 20 by 35, which will be, if we simplify, we can get minus 4 by 7, because here 10 and 20, 5 4 is 20, 5 7 is 35. Now we should solve this 70 minus 0.57, and after solving this, we can get 69.43 as a mean value. So literacy rate in percentage is given that 69.43%. Clear? This is the literacy rate, mean literacy rate. Now this is the whole solution of this exercise. Now we will meet you next video with new exercise. So thank you guys.